Hello guys, welcome back to Haymanager. Today we'll be discussing the top strikers around the world and where they will be ending up this summer. So we're going to start off with the very obvious one, and it's Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland this season has been phenomenal, as you can see here. In all competitions, 35 games played, 2,980 minutes, 39 goals, 8 assists, and expected goals per 90 of 0.89. It's nearly a goal per game. He is unreal, absolutely phenomenal. Started off at Molde, then went to Salzburg in the Bundesliga, then Dortmund picked him up and he's just taken the world by storm. He's an absolutely fantastic striker. Where he'll end up this summer, I don't know. His release clause does not kick in until next year. It'll be an interesting one to see where he does end up during that release clause, but this season he'll be available for around about 100 million, I think. Maybe somewhere within that realm. He is an absolutely sensational striker at 20 years of age. He's phenomenal. Whether or not he'll end up at Manchester United, Manchester City, Real Madrid, PSG, perhaps even Barcelona if Messi does leave there and they've got that wage off the bill. It'll be interesting to see where Erling Haaland ends up. I'd like to think perhaps he'll end up at sort of a Manchester City or somewhere that needs a striker. Anywhere this man goes, he'll make an immediate impact and he'll be absolutely sensational. We'll then move on to another very high caliber player, but someone that plays a little bit different. It's Harry Kane from Tottenham. So 43 games played this season, 3,397 minutes, a considerable amount of football this man has played. 22 goals and 15 assists, which is a surprising one, 0.62 expected goals per 90. It's an interesting one for Harry Kane. Harry Kane is at Tottenham Hotspur. He's been phenomenal for the last, I'd say probably 5 seasons now. Since he was about 21, 22, he burst into this sort of Tottenham side. After a few weird loan spells with, for example, Leicester, where he coupled up with Vardy, and he didn't really come into his own until later on, so around about that 22, 23-year-old mark. From 24 years of age, I think he banged in around about 27 goals minimum for 3 seasons straight. The man's on to beat Alan Shearer's record if he carries on this goal-scoring form for the next few years. It's interesting. Tottenham Hotspur have had a very weird history with winning trophies. I guess you could say it's trophies. They brought in Jose Mourinho this season to try and fix that sort of nasty habit that they have, and it's just not worked for them. It's genuinely not worked. I think Harry Kane this season has to make a change. He has to make a change of scenery, whether or not it be Manchester with Manchester City, who could probably afford his wage and transfer fee, but in all likelihood I could see him ending up again with Pochettino at PSG. Whether or not that Messi thing happens, who knows, but Harry Kane coupled up with Neymar and Mbappe, it'd be absolutely lethal. The guy's a key striker in any side. Real Madrid are also after him, I believe. But I think Harry Kane would probably suit himself. I think deep down within himself, wants to stay in the Premier League, wants to try and get that Alan Shearer record. He'd become the second, I believe he'll get the second top goal scorer of all time in the Premier League, regardless. I think Wayne Rooney has that. It would be a shame to see Wayne Rooney get taken over as a Manchester United fan, but Harry Kane definitely can take over that second spot in the all-time top goal scorers. We then head to an interesting one. I wouldn't really call him a top striker, but he's an elite striker. The guy, Danny Ings, is fantastic. He started off his career at Bournemouth, as you can see, went to Burnley, had a fantastic season for Burnley. I think it was the 2013-14 season, and took a transfer to Liverpool, where it just didn't really kick off for him. He didn't have a fantastic career at Liverpool, didn't really get the opportunity to shine, and then suddenly went to Southampton, absolutely cracking season for them, then picked up a few injuries here or there. He is a bit injury prone, which might be a bit of a worry for any side that does try and pick him up. But Danny Ings is a fantastic striker. 26 games played this season. Not that many minutes to add. 1,965 minutes. That's near enough half of what Harry Kane's played. And then goals, 9 goals, 3 assists, expected goals per 90, 0.34. He comes off the bench. He's a lethal striker. Once he gets in that position, he's fantastic. I think Southampton's style of play, he couples Che Adams, but I think he's a solo striker up front with perhaps Ward-Prowse in behind, Nathan Redmond and Gineppo, I think it is, on the other side. When he plays in that sort of system with a 4-2-3-1, he is absolutely fantastic as a solo striker, and it would very much suit Manchester City's style of play. I think Manchester City are in for him, Tottenham are in for him. Tottenham's a weird one because you wouldn't think they'd be considering another striker option when they have Vinicius Jr., who I know is on loan, not Vinicius Jr., they have Vinicius, and they also have Harry Kane. So whether or not something's going on behind the scenes at Tottenham, who knows? And then West Ham as well are considering their options for Danny Ings, which would be interesting because I think Danny Ings will probably want European football, and I think West Ham would suit this style of player. We'll then go finally into the strikers on the move comparison. We'll have a look at where they might end up and just matches overall. These stats are since 2019, so we're coupling up 2 seasons here, the 19-20 and the 20-21 season. The 2 seasons combined, and I think there's only one standout player here, and it's Erling Haaland. 73 matches in the last 2 years, 79 goals, 15 assists, and XG, expected goals per 90, of 0.85 over 2 years. 24 goal creating actions, which that's incredible. I think that's a very important stat. Goal creating actions include have an opportunity to create a goal scoring action. So for example, Harry Kane passes the ball a lot to Son, who has a goal scoring action, which is shooting towards the goal, and it creates an opportunity. So 32 for Harry Kane, Haaland 24, 18 for Danny Ings. It's still high levels. These are high level stats regardless. So 77 games for Harry Kane, 46 goals, 17 assists. He did have injury problems last season. Ings, 69 games, 35 goals, 6 assists, 0.46 expected goals per 90. More or less every other game, Harry Kane and Ings are scoring, whereas Haaland, for every 5 games he plays, he's going to be scoring 4 goals, which is sensational. It's sensational. The interested clubs that you can see along the bottom, Manchester City, United and Real Madrid, all interested in Haaland. Kane, Paris Saint-Germain is a strong contender. Manchester United as well, I think he'd suit. If you look at the calibre of strikers that Manchester United have brought in, Robin van Persie, Dimitar Berbatov, Ruud van Nistelrooy, look at even Carlos Tevez. Players like them, Louis Saha as well is a prime example, but very injury prone. I think Kane suits this Manchester United philosophy. Dimitar Berbatov, prime example. The man was playing for Tottenham, probably knew he wasn't going to get very far in his career with Tottenham. Took the move to Manchester United, all of a sudden winning titles. I know United were winning titles already, but Dimitar Berbatov sort of strengthened that side. And was that number 9, number 10? I'd say they're the number 10 that United need, who can create, drop back, and take his opportunities, take his chances, and just shoot. And just shoot. That's all United really need in a striker, is someone that's going to be able to shoot, make those runs, and Harry Kane, probably fantastic for it, but that's another video in itself. Real Madrid as well, an interesting one. Real Madrid are probably going to do a massive rebuild this season since they hardly spent any money last year. Then Danny Ings, Manchester City are considering their options for Ings. Aguero is leaving this season. I think Ings wouldn't cost more than 24 million, 25 million pounds, because he is a fantastic striker, but playing for a side like Southampton, he's always going to move on and treat it as sort of a stepping stone. West Ham's an interesting one. I'd like to see him go there. And then if Harry Kane does move, Tottenham will probably make a big bid for Danny Ings. So yeah, there's all the stats, there's my opinions. I'd love to see what you think down in the comments. Let me know what you think down there, where you think these 3 players will end up, whether or not they'll even move. Will they even move? That's the question. Harry Kane with his wage budget and the transfer fee, there's only probably 4 destinations he could probably go to. And then Danny Ings, it's an interesting one, whether or not he'll leave Southampton and go to City, West Ham or Spurs. It's a difficult one to call. But yeah, I'd love to see what you think. I hope you did enjoy the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. See you later.